Hey, welcome back to the channel. Just give you guys a heads up, we got some pretty big stuff going on with the Jeep right now. More to come on that later, but first I wanted to give you some insight onto this steering shaft bearing that we're working on. Let's get to it. Firewall and goes up to the power steering unit, which is right there. Normally this thing's pretty hard to get to, so servicing it is kind of a pain, but with the engine out, it's a lot easier. One thing worth noting is if you disconnect the steering, you don't want to let the wheels spin around. You could damage something inside. I think they call it a cloth spring. So people seem to use the seatbelt to secure it up. All right, so the easiest way to go ahead and get to this bushing is to remove the engine from the Jeep and get yourself inside of the engine bay, just like this. So 2 metric bolts, looks like they're 13 millimeters. All right, so once you get the hardware removed, that shaft should slide up and out of the way, and that thing should disconnect. See that socket right there? I think I have to remove that one bolt though. So I thought this thing would just come out with that one bolt, but it's still stuck in there. I don't know if you can see it way back in there. There's one more bolt. So that's kind of hard to get to, but not impossible. All right, so that's a 15 millimeter back there. I was able to get to it with a wrench. I think you can get to it with a socket through the fender if you just peel back that piece of fender liner. So let me get this out and get to what's next. This thing, okay, there we go. This thing should come right on out of here. There it is, steering shaft. All right, so in typical fashion, I've cleaned this thing, inspected it for wear, play. I can't really see much wear in it. It's still pretty tight in the U-joint, so really the only thing I want to deal with is this bearing. Let's take it apart. Does look like this thing needs to be cleaned out and repacked, which shouldn't be a problem. Get some solvent, maybe let this thing soak, hit it with a toothbrush, get as much of that stuff out as I can. I don't see a need to disassemble this thing any further. Okay, so I went through and cleaned this thing really good, all sides with solvent, got all the grease and smudge out of there. And what I learned was these rings right here are actually seals. They started spinning around on me. I don't know if you can see it move, and it's soft and flexible. So this thing does have a couple seals, an inner and an outer on both ends of the shaft. So no O-rings, just these gasket type packings, which it's pretty cool. So this thing does have some sealing ability. The bearing's all cleaned out. It's been flushed with salt. I like this stuff a lot. Wow, there it is, back on. Incredible difference. Guarantee it didn't do that before. Pretty crunchy and it would stick pretty much wherever you put it. The splines have that detent, so it can only really go in one way. Steering shaft bearing overhaul. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's always easier to pull the engine out if you need to do any work inside the engine bay. Follow me for more life tips.